Lawani Ninjiwa, Jrumpinjinbhah, Tungpo, Yapmatang, Yamathang, Wandrian, Mokmok, Molok, Marachan, Wambles, Makpatan Nadjang, Marmbrang Yenaji Marial, Makpatan Nadjang. Before we go ahead, if I could just ask everyone to close their eyes, I'm going to play the yiriki, the sound of the didgeridoo, and I'm going to take you to a place in your mind, in your heart, and in your soul where all our old people are, all our ancestors, don't matter which nationality or where you come from, because we all come from that one sun.
I would just like to pay my respects to the people from this country up here. We speak in our language all the time. We communicate with our brothers and sisters, uncles and aunties, and the main focus is our great-great-grannies. We have a tradition that every time we do ceremony, we must pay our respects by having a minute silence. And I would like to ask everybody that's here today that we pay respects to our ancestors that have passed, that have been ill, and that are carrying illness. So if we all stand or sit, we just got to close our eyes for a minute and pay that respects. And then we'll sing one cultural language song that covers the respect of those elders, young people, people who have been sick, that move in the spiritual understanding of language and law, L-O-R-E. Minute silence, and then we'll get into our song. Thank you.
Yela Maran Yale Minama Junga Muriawa Munjab Garinga Yela Yele Maran Yale Yele Maran Yale Minama Junga Muriawa Yele Maran Yale Yele Maran Yale Minama Junga
As I stated earlier, it's a privilege to be here amongst all of us, being as one family, one world, and one future. Mother Nature, as it's been spoke about so many times in the conference, Mother Nature heals itself. The language of law, the belonging of who we are. We're only here for a short space of time in the physical sense. And then we go back to the dreaming where we came from. Each one of us is given and gifted a name by our families. We grow up with that name moving through time. From the generations, from the generations, from the generations. People say we come from Homo sapien. People say we come from Neanderthal. People say we come from all different variations. I've always been told that I'm a connection through the blood law of my grandmothers, grandmothers, grandmothers that date back to first sunrise in the story that's told to us. Everyone's story is true and correct, and we respect how everyone sees things. A lot of the speakers were talking about when you see certain things, you identify it's who you are. And when we look and think about it, we come from the land. The land is our mother. It breastfeeds oxygen to every living thing which includes all the flora and fauna. The ocean, everywhere. And then when we look after who we are, is the language of land and the belonging of land. You can't own your mother owns you. All the trees breastfeed oxygen, as I said. They're all different. They do the one principle, which everybody in the room's different, but do the one principle. We have a balance, and our balance is to maintain the structure of who we are through belonging. I haven't got the right answers. I've got answers that will contribute to a consciousness of people worldwide, as we're all one mob, one family, one basic understanding globally in a circle. There's no beginning, there's no end, it just is. We can debate, we can talk, we can do a lot of different things. Is it going to save us as a people from where we are to where we're at to where we're going? The tripartite principle is what I look at. I understand quantum physics, science, but most of all culture. When I talk about how I see the window on the world, I look with my ears and I listen with my eyes. And people need to understand it from my perspective. Whenever I hear a sound through my eyes, my ears are looking. It gives you the shape of a triangle, which, as we all know in quantum physics, stands on a square. And you have 3 sides and 4 sides, which is a numerical number of 7. Australia has 7 states. If they all join into the middle over Uluru, Mutijulu, we call that the afterbirth of who we are and where we belong. 8 miles into the ground, or 8 kilometres. It's the afterbirth. Our people have been walking the land since time immemorial. We don't confess any ownership on anything. We belong to the land as custodian caretakers. With the principle of this conference, I was so pleased to be invited by Dr. Vikram and the other gentlemen in the audience. I'm terrible on names. I just call them my brother or my Mudji or Jambi, and that's the way we speak as Aboriginal people. And then I think my time's up. Is that correct? Oh, what's that? Is it Munya? It's finished. 3 minutes. My son's saying let's Munya, which means let's go, and the boss woman over there saying 3 minutes. So I'll try and be quickly. If we work as one people, our strength, our energy is with us all as one collaborative. If we're individually trying, it's so hard, it makes it very difficult to achieve something there where it might be achieved here and over there is in the future. The basis for this whole conference, in the way I see it, is that I will stay till the end or till the end of my life period, but then I have a son who has sons and granddaughters, so we will see it through to the end. A few of the speakers spoke about it mightn't happen overnight or it might take longer, but the beauty of it is that we're all here, we're all contributing, or otherwise, as a few speakers have said, we wouldn't have been here otherwise. I believe that each and every one of us, your grandmothers are walking with you, they're walking with us, they're all collecting together, and we really don't know if they were back there 10, 15, 100, 300,000 years ago. I see that vision, I look at that vision. It's like if I grabbed someone out of the audience and I said, you are that star up there, go and find yourself as the tip of a pin. They would say to me, I think, if they're not spiritually connected, I would not know what I'm looking for. But if I said, become the tip of the pin and look down, what can you see? Everything. It's not what we do, how we do it, but as a collaborative, we teach, we share, and we become one family. I, as a principle, in the respect of culture, in the respect of the language of woman, because the land is our mother, and we look after our land. Sometimes we get it wrong, sometimes we try to do the right thing. But as a few guest speakers have spoken and announced that because of the structures and the situations, it takes time to move. The youth of tomorrow are our children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren of today. We keep teaching, sharing, showing and pointing out what it's all about. They then become the legacy of us to carry through. I've much appreciated my son and I for coming here. I'll be back. I don't know when. I'll jump on a boat and hitchhike back over, I suppose, but we had a 27-hour flight, but it was good. I didn't mind. On that note, Makotang Najang, Marmarang Tomikam Wanewandiri and Kuminanga, Yamath and Yaramakang, Andragedi, Gilabino and Churaba. Thank you.
Ganyama,